And I remember, like, I don't know if you know what his voice sounds like, but like, I felt like I was in the presence of his monster inside.
Replete with very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras throughout his homes where he videotaped.
Just imagine a hidden tunnel winding beneath the sprawling Los Angeles mansion of music mogul and cultural icon Diddy Combs. This isn't just any ordinary underground passage. Rumors are swirling that this tunnel might lead to something far more intriguing, perhaps even darker. The mysterious corridor has ignited a frenzy online, sparking wild theories and plunging calls even deeper into the whirlwind of speculation surrounding him. Now, everyone is left wondering, is this tunnel merely a convenient underground addition, or could it be concealing something much more scandalous?
Took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs.
Let's dive into the story that's gripping Hollywood and beyond. It all began when law enforcement agents showed up at Combs' massive estate on a mission, reportedly to gather evidence for a federal investigation linked to the music mogul, one with allegations headline writers could only dream of. The mere arrival of these agents sparked speculation, but the discovery of a hidden tunnel on his property sent the public into a frenzy of disbelief and fascination. Some are already drawing parallels to infamous estates of other notorious figures, from Jeffrey Epstein to Michael Jackson. Just as those men's secrets were exposed in shocking ways, Combs' secret tunnel has people asking, what has he been hiding, and could others be entangled in this mystery?
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
The intrigue only deepens. Sources close to the investigation hint that this tunnel might actually connect to other high-profile properties in Hollywood, including, believe it or not, the infamous Playboy Mansion, a place legendary for its own secrets and elite connections. Rumors are swirling that this hidden network could have served as a discreet pathway, allowing certain guests to come and go without being seen, hidden from the public eye and perhaps more importantly, from law enforcement. Could this really be true?
And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact, Jake, that the government in this indictment presented evidence alleging that Sean Combs was running a criminal enterprise.
One thing's for sure, details of Combs' underground lair have sparked comparisons to the hidden passageways of other powerful figures. Insiders say that while rare, secret tunnels on celebrity properties aren't unheard of, Hollywood, after all, has always had its concealed layers. Shockingly, networks of hidden corridors are said to be more common among the ultra-wealthy than most of us might think, a feature of the rich and powerful, designed for private meetings or gatherings, far from prying eyes. If the rumors hold true, Combs' estate could be the latest link in what some are now calling Hollywood's darkest network.
This has to be a 100% culture shock. I can't imagine living a lifestyle of the incredibly rich and famous and then going into this very dark, impersonal, cold, austere facility.
And here's where the story takes an even juicier turn. Rumor has it that this tunnel was used for Combs' infamous freak-off gatherings. For those who may be unfamiliar, these events allegedly drew some of the most powerful names in entertainment. Insiders describe them as wild, unrestrained affairs with a guest list that reads like a who's who of Hollywood's elite. Some of the biggest industry figures reportedly attended, though not all knew just what went on behind closed doors. Combs' former partner, Cassie, has shared chilling accounts of her experiences at these gatherings, suggesting that they were far more intense than typical parties, leaving a lasting impact on all who attended.
We all saw it posted yesterday all over our social media pages. Cassie filed a lawsuit in New York City against Diddy.
Yikes.
She's claiming she was stuck in a decade-long cycle of abuse.
Cassie's account paints a vivid picture of these events spiraling out of control. She claims that Diddy would often host these parties, drawing high-profile guests into an atmosphere unlike anything they anticipated. Lured by the glamorous setting, the exclusive crowd, and promises of an unforgettable night, guests allegedly encountered something far darker. According to Cassie, under Combs' influence, These gatherings devolved into scenes of bizarre behavior and even coercion. Some insiders now speculate that this hidden tunnel might have served as an escape route or a discreet entrance and exit for guests looking to avoid detection. Could this be one of the reasons the tunnel exists?
And a lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those 2 raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these performances that have been named freak-offs.
Adding another layer to this complex web, the tunnel has now become a topic of public fascination. People are recalling stories of other celebrity estates with similar hidden features. The Playboy Mansion, for instance, has long been rumored to contain secret passageways for the high-profile guests who frequented the estate. In the 1970s and 80s, it was widely speculated that a network of tunnels lay beneath the mansion, allowing celebrities to enter and exit discreetly, shielded from media and public scrutiny. Could Diddy's estate include something similar? And if so, is it merely an architectural curiosity, or does it hold a more sinister purpose?
I think in federal court and for these charges, they would say it's routine, but in the public realm, this is very significant, just from who we associate Diddy being and everything we've seen him do over the decades. Like you said, this is quite the downfall to go from, we saw the mansions back in March that were raided by the feds. So to go from living in those mansions to being in a jail cell.
But let's take a step back and consider how all of this first came to light. Rumor has it that law enforcement received a tip from someone deeply familiar with the property, perhaps a former friend or an employee with inside knowledge. This anonymous source alleged that Combs' estate had hidden features that would raise eyebrows, especially in light of the recent allegations surrounding him. According to insiders, when agents arrived, Combs' staff initially tried to keep them out, but the agents were ready. They bypassed the usual pleasantries, heading straight to the lower levels of the estate where the tunnel entrance was supposedly hidden. Once they made it down, they uncovered the passageway that has since set the internet ablaze.
Clearly, there is a criminal investigation underway, and that they believe that there would be evidence of crimes in one or both of these homes.
The mystery only deepens when we consider who else might be connected to these hidden networks. High-profile figures across Hollywood have long been rumored to belong to secret social circles, and many believe these tunnels are just one piece of a larger puzzle. Several celebrities who once dominated tabloids or the entertainment world have since retreated from public view, with some claiming they're now in hiding. Others, like 50 Cent, have spoken out about the culture of secrecy that permeates elite circles. According to him, Hollywood insiders are well aware of these dark secrets but remain silent out of fear or self-preservation. Could this silence be part of a larger cover-up, extending well beyond Diddy's immediate circle?
Well, if he really was filming everybody, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
50 Cent himself has been outspoken about his suspicions surrounding Diddy. He's hinted for years at knowing unsettling details about these underground gatherings, claiming he avoided Diddy's events specifically because of the strange energy he felt around them. In one interview, he shared that he never felt comfortable with Diddy's approaches, describing the music mogul's behavior as unsettling. Now, with 50 Cent set to release a documentary tentatively titled Asterisk, Did He Do It Asterisk? It's clear he's determined to expose what he believes is a long-hidden side of the entertainment industry.
Now, so what is next? Is he going to be in jail in this facility until the trial begins? Is there a chance he could, get moved earlier than that? As of this moment, as of this hour, as of today, yes. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be appealing this thing next to the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to overturn the judge's order here to try and get him actually released.
In fact, 50 Cent's upcoming documentary series has only intensified speculation surrounding Combs' inner circle. Fans are buzzing about the potential for the series to uncover secrets not just about Diddy, but also about others within his orbit. Rumor has it that the documentary will include interviews with former insiders, alleged victims, and other notable figures who were once part of Combs' circle. This could become the most explosive celebrity expose of the decade, promising to unveil aspects of Hollywood that many would prefer to keep under wraps.
problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there's enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case. We shall see. These are allegations.
The story doesn't stop there. Combs' underground tunnel is just one of many shocking details that have surfaced amid the ongoing investigation. Federal authorities appear to be leaving no stone unturned, and with each new development, the public's appetite for answers continues to grow. Some speculate that these tunnels could unveil even more revelations about Hollywood's underground culture, a network that allegedly enables the rich and powerful to operate in ways most of us could never fathom. It's a world shrouded in secrecy, where the usual rules seem not to apply and where those involved adhere to an entirely different code.
And in this lawsuit, he claims that essentially P. Diddy was the Epstein of the rap industry.
As more details surface, the question: just how deep does this go? For now, the full extent of what Combs may or may not be hiding in his mansion remains unclear. However, one thing is certain: this case has opened a Pandora's box that shows no signs of closing. As the investigation into Diddy Combs unfolds, it's evident that this isn't just about one individual or a handful of allegations. What's emerging is a vast web of connections and hidden alliances that many claim have been operating in the shadows of Hollywood for decades. With each passing day, more stories surface, more names are brought to light, and the mystery surrounding Diddy's world becomes even stranger. But this isn't merely a scandal about parties or allegations. It's beginning to feel like a blueprint for how the elite maintain their power and conceal their secrets. Do you believe Diddy is at the center of...
Do you believe Diddy is a dangerous person?
Yes.
One of the most unsettling aspects of this story is the sheer number of people who appear to be connected in some way, ranging from fellow moguls to executives at major entertainment companies. We're not just talking about distant acquaintances. Many of these connections are grounded in close, long-standing business partnerships and collaborations. Reports from inside sources indicate that some of Diddy's closest industry allies have been approached by investigators for questioning, fueling rumors that several individuals within Hollywood's upper echelons may have had knowledge of, if not direct involvement in, the activities under scrutiny.
Now you got the Diddy situation where he jumps on a private jet, they say yesterday, and is on his way to the Cape Verde Islands.
It's not just Hollywood that's under scrutiny. Reports suggest that influential figures in the fashion world, sports, and even high-level executives from major media conglomerates are watching this case with growing unease. Diddy's long-standing relationships with prominent designers and luxury brands are well known, but some insiders claim these connections run deeper than simple business transactions. Stories are surfacing about exclusive gatherings organized during fashion weeks in cities like Paris and New York, where Diddy and his circle hosted private events attended by models, designers, and athletes, often in secluded venues where privacy was strictly enforced. Some attendees are now speaking out anonymously, describing these events as both glamorous and strange, leaving them with the impression that they weren't merely parties, but part of a larger culture of secrecy.
Now, if the government is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being, they have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
There's also the mysterious shift within Diddy's inner circle in recent years, as several key figures who once worked closely with him have left under unclear circumstances. Many of these individuals were longtime friends and collaborators who stood by him through previous controversies, making the timing of their departures particularly eyebrow-raising. Rumors suggest that these exits may have been prompted by information that has yet to surface, leading people to wonder if these former associates knew something that could implicate them. This sudden turnover has left a significant void, forcing Diddy to scramble to replace trusted staff and executives, prompting some to believe the walls may be closing in on him. Compounding the situation is Diddy's complex business empire, which spans music, fashion, television, and even tech investments. While it appears impressive on the surface, financial analysts have noted peculiar inconsistencies regarding the ownership and management of some assets, with certain properties and luxury items reportedly registered under the names of relatives, including his children. This could be interpreted as an attempt to shield them from legal exposure, leading to speculation that it might be part of a broader strategy to protect his wealth in the event the investigation results in substantial legal claims.
that he controlled every aspect of her life. He is accused of frequently beating her and would hide her in hotel rooms for days until the bruising and signs of abuse were gone.
And yet, despite these connections and precautions, it's the details of Diddy's personal life that are garnering the most fascination. Sources indicate that he was known among close friends and associates for keeping meticulous, almost obsessive, records of his interactions and transactions with people in his orbit. Reports suggest that he maintained files on certain industry figures he viewed as potential threats or rivals, routinely updating these files with new information gleaned from his network. This practice, which some are referring to as his Black Book, is believed to serve as a form of leverage, granting him a degree of control over individuals who might otherwise turn against him. The existence of this alleged Black Book, if true, could change everything, especially if law enforcement were to gain access to it.
The rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein-type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than...
Adding to the suspense, there's been growing speculation about possible offshore connections. Investigators are reportedly probing overseas accounts and assets linked to Diddy's name, with several sources claiming he owns real estate and investments in international locations under shell companies. These accounts are believed to hold substantial funds, but they also raise questions about whether these assets were part of a strategy to distance certain transactions from his name. Some speculate that this international network could uncover more about his ties to global power players, suggesting that Diddy's influence and activities may extend far beyond the confines of Hollywood.
That's of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
Adding to the intrigue, some unexpected details have emerged from former employees who managed Diddy's estates. One former security guard, speaking anonymously, described an elaborate system of entry protocols that went beyond typical high-profile security measures. According to this source, visitors were required to sign agreements and often had their phones confiscated to prevent any footage or audio from being captured inside his properties. These accounts portray a man intensely focused on secrecy, prompting further speculation that some of his most private dealings may have involved individuals who remain hidden from the public eye. This raises the question, who else could have been part of this carefully controlled inner world?
That this is the end of the Diddy story as we know it.
It's not just his homes that are under scrutiny. Some reports suggest that luxury vehicles registered in Diddy's name have been traced to locations where private gatherings allegedly occurred. With surveillance and GPS data now part of the investigation, authorities are reportedly piecing together a timeline of Diddy's activities that could extend well beyond what has been previously reported. This level of forensic detail has left many wondering what the final outcomes of this investigation will reveal and whether any other high-profile names will emerge as more information comes to light.
Not only should he have apologized to Cassie in that video, he should have apologized to all of the general public that he lied to.
While Diddy's immediate circle remains tight-lipped, not everyone in the entertainment world is staying silent. In recent weeks, former associates from his early days have begun to resurface, sharing stories that add new layers to his public persona. One former associate from his record label days, speaking anonymously, described Diddy as intensely strategic and willing to go to great lengths to protect his image. According to this individual, Diddy cultivated relationships with key figures in media and law enforcement, allowing him to stay 2 steps ahead of potential controversies. They claim he would often invite influential people to exclusive dinners, charming them with his charisma and generosity, thereby securing their loyalty in ways that made them hesitant to speak out against him later. As the case continues to evolve, it's becoming clear that Diddy's influence reaches into areas that even his most devoted fans may not have suspected. People are beginning to see him not just as a music mogul, but as a powerful figure with complex ties across multiple industries. The ongoing investigation is starting to pull back the curtain on what appears to be an intricate network of alliances, deals, and personal loyalties that extend well beyond the entertainment world. With so many potential players implicated, the pressure is mounting for those connected to him to distance themselves or risk facing their own fallout.
The issue is, it seems as though he wants to kind of like exert power and dominance over people who don't really want it.
Meanwhile, public scrutiny is intensifying, with media outlets covering every new detail and fans flooding social media with questions and theories. Many speculate that we're only scratching the surface and that more shocking revelations could still emerge. In fact, several media insiders have hinted that major publications are working on investigative pieces that could uncover even deeper connections within Diddy's network, suggesting that this story is far from over. Ultimately, the question remains, will Diddy's carefully constructed world withstand the growing scrutiny? With each new revelation, his reputation and empire seem increasingly fragile as more people begin to question the image he's projected for decades. As this story unfolds, it raises some significant questions. Do you think the Hollywood elite are protecting one another, keeping secrets hidden in plain sight? And how many more layers of this complex network might still be lurking, waiting to be uncovered? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.